Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Crested Gecko weight transformations over the past year. I make this video every single June, and usually I take a look at the same three geckos, Draco, Julia, and Lissa. Now last time we did a weighing video, both of these geckos, or all three of these geckos I should say, were over 40 grams or pretty close to it, and so unfortunately once they hit, but color and pattern wise they're 5 gram mark, usually they're pretty much considered an adult over 40, so they're not going to gain that much weight. Yeah, they might gain like 5 to 10 more grams, pretty much done, and that's what they're going to look like as adults. So for this video, even though it is a June weighing video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 new geckos. Now some of these are getting close to 40 grams, but I think the progression over the last year is pretty cool, and I thought I would talk about them here today, and we'll just have to see where they continue on this following year. Now the 3 geckos we're going to be taking a look at is Sunset, a tangerine Dalmatian or just an orange Dalmatian, Carrie, so like a dark flamey kind of white pattern, and Hyde, a nice tricolor kind of extreme harlequin gecko. So we're going to be taking a look at all 3 today, and I want to show you guys some pictures hopefully of what they used to look like and what they look like now and how big they have gotten over this past year. So our first gecko to start with here today is Sunset. Now Sunset has been kind of a funny gecko, growing very rapidly and now slowing down here this year. So this is a gecko that I bought from a pet store, actually, a local pet store in my area, and he was 18 grams when I weighed him in June of 2018. So, you know, kind of a bigger juvenile gecko, and quite large for a pet store gecko, at least in my area. I've only sell babies here, it seems like. And, you know, over the next couple months, Sunset here started to grow pretty nicely. You know, in June he was 18 grams. August of 2018 he was 25, December he was 36 grams, and then from December to April something happened, I'm not exactly sure, but he slowed down quite a bit. He only hit 38 grams, so he only gained 2 grams in 4 months. That's pretty slow for a growing gecko. And then from April to June he stayed the same. He didn't get any bigger, but he didn't get any smaller. So I'm not exactly sure what that is. This happens sometimes though, as you'll see later on with some of the other geckos. But this is just something that happens. We'll have to see, but I'm sure he's okay. But just in general, the amount of spots he's had, just not gaining as much weight as he normally would be, I'd say has increased a little bit, but by 18 grams they pretty much have all the spots they're gonna have. I think they only just get a couple more, and it might be hard to see, but he has a couple of red spots here and there. He didn't have those when he was a baby, I know that for a fact, and those just must have came in, you know, within the last 20 grams or so. Now the next gecko we're going to be taking a look at is Carrie, a nice like white harlequin gecko. She's very pretty, and she's going to be part of my kind of dark flame project or dark harlequin project, where I'm trying to get white on the sides and a dark base coat with very little other pattern just than the white. Now I don't have information from her for June 2018 or August of 2018 because I did get her in early September, I believe, but if I had to guess, she was born April 11th of 2018. So she's probably about 3 to 4 grams in June, 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 in August. And then when I weighed her in December, she was 12 grams. Now I didn't know if she was going to kind of be a slow grower or not, because when I got her, she seemed kind of iffy if she was going to eat the food or not. But by the time I weighed her in this year of April, she had gained 11 grams. She was 23 grams in April. And then by June of this year, so only 2 months later, she was 31. So she's definitely going pretty fast. I don't think she's going to be ready for the 2020 breeding season. And on top of that, you know, I really like to wait till geckos are 2 years old, or I would like to wait till she's at least 2 years old before I even attempt to breed her. And, you know, she may have that size-wise, but I don't think she's going to have it age-wise, because her birthday's in April. So April of 2020, she'll be 2 years old, which would be good because I can't wait to work on the Dark Flame project. But I'm not going to breed her before then. As far as her pattern goes, her pattern hasn't really changed. Her pattern is very bright white though, almost as more white so than my Lily White right now, who's just a baby though. But her pattern is like the whitest white I've ever seen on a gecko, you know, not cream at all. So she's going to be a beautiful gecko when she's big, and I can't wait to see what she can make. Now the last gecko we're going to be taking a look at today is Hyde. Now Hyde is kind of a nice tricolor extreme harlequin, and also my very first ever what I would consider a slow growing crested gecko. Now I got Hyde in early 2018 around June or May-ish. Now I bought him and it was supposedly 7 grams at the time, so he was born on November 24th 2017. So figure December, January, February, March, April, May, June, so 7 months he was only 7 grams. So that's quite small for a 7-month-old gecko, considering some of my year-old geckos are almost like 30 grams or more. 7 grams at 7 months is a little bit concerning for me. And from June to August, so about 3 months period, give or take a little bit, you know, the prime growing season around here, because that's when it's the warmest and that's when they're eating the most. And this is when some of my geckos really explode. It's from now till the end of summertime. So from the beginning of summer to the end, he only gained 3 grams, which is not good for a growing gecko, at least, and you would think during the summertime. Now this could be for 1 to 2 reasons, just because he was settling in, and I tend to find that when you get geckos for the first month or two, at least in my opinion, they don't seem to eat that much and grow that well. This is a little bit different for every gecko, because some of them do settle in right away and start pounding the food, but some of them just don't. So that's my guess is why that wasn't working out so well and he wasn't growing that much. So then if we skip ahead another 5 months later, into December of 2018, he was only 18 grams. So in 5 months he only gained 8 grams, so that's less than 2 grams a month. Now this might seem not that bad for some of you, and there's a lot of geckos that grow a lot slower than this, but for me this was the slowest I've ever had a gecko grow before. And at the time I believe he didn't like the bugs as much as he does now, but that could also attribute to why he was growing so slow. But then this year he started to finally kick up quite a bit. So from December to April he was 27 grams, and then from April to June he was at 36. So now he's caught up to almost a breeding size. By 2020 he'll be ready to go, and he's going on 2 years now, so, or by 2020 he'll be 2 years old. So he's plenty old, he'll be plenty big by then hopefully, and he is a very beautiful gecko, as you guys can see. Now I'm going to have a chart here of all the geckos you can see, and as you can tell, hide is a little bit smaller to start out with and grow it a little bit slower than the rest of them. But in general, you know, they're all kind of on the same curve, so to say. None of them are growing super slow where they're only gaining like a gram or less a month. And all these geckos are very beautiful, and hopefully most of them will be ready 2020 or 2021. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.